Okay. Whoa. Okay, that's perfect. We are ready. I just had to... Yep, hey newbie. I just had to adjust a few things before getting everything ready to go. Okay. I'm trying to let my BattleNet update Overwatch as well. It's so annoying. Okay. Let's rock this morning stream. Okay, boom. Aw, thank you for gifting, my friend. Hey! Pen actually got it. Nice. Nice. Well done. Well done. Hey, Cheshire, I'm doing good. Just getting into the game now. I'll post it in Discord. That is a good one, bud. Color me very impressed with that. It is legitimately an achievement. You managed to get pen. I would say I am somewhat recovered, but obviously like I think that until the weather like goes back to being warm, I'll always have like my coughing and lung problems, but I've just decided to push through it. So, yeah. I'm more or less okay.
It is done.
Can't let myself stay down forever, right? Your stream also said live, but wasn't. Like, am I not live now? I'm live now, right? I'm pretty sure I am. Don't forget to like and share, people. Alright, if you haven't liked and shared already, please do so. But yeah, I mean, I should be live, so I'm assuming that I am. Okay. Let's go hit about 2 more dungeons in World Tier 2. That should put me at like level 48. So once that's done, I should end up in a good situation. Should being the key word there. Oh, okay. That always happens if you're like one of the first at stream. It happens to me too on my own phone, which I use to keep up with chat, right? The chat will be live, but it will set me back 15-20 seconds. Hello, Rebecca MC. Forgive me, your name sounds like you're a rapper. Diablo is great. I love Diablo. Certainly nothing wrong with the game. However, it does have its own problems, as every game does. In this particular case, XP is the biggest issue right now. Other than that, the game is fine. No problem. I'm glad you managed to get your Barber Heart, Brian. I thought you were like I only read the first part of your chat, and I thought you were telling me that you got a barb as in like, you know, like you got a barbarian. It's now much easier to get Wrathful Hearts, by the way. I'll be showcasing that in World Tier 3 once we do actually get there because of the Malignant tunnels and the way that they've done stuff. So it'll also serve as a nice test. Oh, dude, wait till you start doing the millions in damage. It feels so good. Honestly, no better feeling. Your initials are RMC? Yeah, fair enough. Well, that's nice. Well, if you ever get a chance, I'll rap for you. If you ever get a chance to hear it, I mean. I usually don't rap in the mornings, but I do in the evening shows. Welcome, Rebecca. Hope you enjoy the community and your time here. Barber won't be nerfed because Barber is a seasonal thing, Cheshire. It will not be nerfed because it's going to go away at the end of the season. So, one of the reasons that they made seasons in the first place, the way they are right now, is because they will basically like, they want to just let people enjoy the seasonal stuff, and then next season it'll be a different mechanic. Now, whether this is good or not, I can't say for sure because I think that if they have a really good seasonal mechanic, they should put it into Eternal. So that is something that Path of Exile, and that is the closest competitor to Diablo, so it'll always come up in conversation. But just to be fair, that is something that Path of Exile has done for a long time. And some of their seasonal mechanics definitely didn't make it into their Eternals, but some did. And I think that it was a very important difference that the Diablo 4 devs cannot overlook. Hey, Dealvid, what's up? Hey, no problem, man. I'm here to give the good stuff to people because I know that there's a lot of fake information out there. Lots of people putting out shit saying like, oh, we can finish the game in like, you know, like 2 days. I still remember, now, some of you may know who I'm talking about, but I just, you know, don't name names because we don't want drama on the channel. But the fucking Mark Zuckerberg lookalike at the very start of the season claimed after playing 27 hours straight, which by the way, none of us can do because, you know, even as a full-time streamer, I can't play 27 hours straight. I actually have a family to take care of and, you know, a life to actually live. So not all of us can be nerduels living in our, you know, parents' basement. But this guy plays 27 hours and then claims that the leveling process in Diablo 4 was faster. I was thinking to myself, of course it's not. You know it's not. Yet you are openly lying to people. I recently did an XP test to prove that this was not the case. And on average, you know, I showed how long it really takes for characters to level up for the average casual player. And, you know, unfortunately, right now, this is the current situation in Diablo. There's just a lot of stuff going around that isn't that great. So I'm always happy to provide good information, Deal. Because I know how much of a struggle it can be for the average player to keep up sometimes when some of these streamers are just ridiculous human beings. I already got the... Surprised I already got this, but You know what? Cage Heart of Revenge. Let's go. I'll start this off with some nice damage reduction. Oh yeah. No, I don't think he complained about it. I think he said that he claimed that the leveling was faster this season or some shit like that. All I remember is that it was wildly inaccurate and it annoyed me a lot, which is why I did an XP test recently. Well, I have no trouble with bosses, so you'll know that a lot of them, they structure their builds in a way to clear trash mobs and density as fast as possible, but their boss leveling will be slow because they're playing inefficient builds. They're just trying to sell you builds that are really bad, Brian. And I'll tell you that this is why, like, even for me, right, I chose not to make my druid all about like wolf or werebear. I said then all of this doesn't help because it's not like what I wanted to do with my druid was I wanted to make sure that I presented a druid that everybody and their grandmother can play with no difficulty. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I went with the weird style that I have, because I based it on just raw fundamentals. Like this druid of mine, what my druid does is that it focuses solely on the actual like mechanics that empower you. And I thought to myself, maybe it won't work initially. Excuse the coughing. I worked a bit too hard on my music recently. But after testing, I realized that this build actually works. And although it doesn't have any synergies, like there's no werebear, stuff like that, even without any gear, this build actually works very well. Like, and I have a feeling that it will genuinely work in World Tier 3 once I gear up. So, once I get my Barber Heart and all that, this will probably be the most efficient way to play. Yep. My stuff is fast because my stuff is tested. I more or less just base my stuff on actual tests, and then once, you know, I can actually deliver what people want, then that's when I bust out all the stuff that I do. So I'm just happy that people recognize my efforts and they enjoy what I do. There might be soon, Cheshire, there might be. Keep an eye on things. There might be something new soon. What kind of games do I usually play? To be fair, right now as a content creator, basically I feed my family off this, so I'm choosing only to play live service games. My relaxation game currently is Overwatch, which I play with my friends and my wife sometimes. But for the most part, you'll see me on Diablo, because Diablo currently makes me good money thanks to the good community that I've cultivated. And honestly, that's all I play right now. I don't really have a lot of free time, because any other spare time is spent working on my music. As I mentioned, I'm a rapper. Or if I'm not working on my music, then I'm working on content or video. So yeah, pretty much I only have time for Diablo and a bit of Overwatch here and there. That's just because my wife loves it a lot, so I play that. Yep, thank you for suggesting that, newbie. I appreciate that. And yes, he is right. Don't forget to like and share the stream if you can. The more times that you share it, the better. It doesn't even matter if you've got 0 followers on social media, so long as you click the button that shares it, you know? Because that just shows YouTube that the engagement is high, which is a really good system. So it's one of the best ways to help the streamer for free if you enjoy their content. All right. I'm gonna say in advance, I do apologize for all the coughing. Winter months are harsh for me with my lungs. And unfortunately, it is still winter here in Australia. Can't wait for it to be over. Okay. Yeah, I'm Australian, Brian. If you check the description of the stream, it literally says that my stream timings are all Australia based, dude. Excuse me. Yeah, fair enough. I'm in Perth. I'm in the mining town. Nothing good. All right. I'm gonna go switch back to the wolf. No, I'm just in Perth. To be fair, I don't travel a lot or get out of my house a lot, so I wouldn't even know where Kalgoorlie is. Is that a suburb in Perth? It might be. I haven't left my house in ages. I literally go to Subiaco for my shopping and groceries for the family. Then occasionally to Inaloo. That's it. That's literally the extent of my travels. I'm just here temporarily for 2 years, so yeah. Just making a minimal investment. Although, you know, when I'm on vacay with my wife, when she comes here, hopefully I will travel around Perth a little bit. Yeah, no, I don't have an accent. I switch my accent around based on whatever I want, so you are very unlikely to see me with an accent most times. If I wanted to, I could immediately switch my accent kind of like this. And some days, if I'm really bored, you'll hear me bring out the more English accent as well. I mean, I could do an Australian accent if I really wanted to, but like most of the time, I wouldn't do that because I'm not actually native here.
Safe journey there.
I'm Singaporean, but just that I'm living in Australia for now. For some reasons. For some reasons that you may or may not need to know about at some point. But yeah, for the most part, you won't hear me with an accent. Okay, well, let me go bring this over to the occultist. I'm just gonna slap this thing in. I'm just gonna chuck this in. Thank you, thank you. Australia is alright. It's definitely a lovely place, but due to the lung injury that I suffered in the military, it's probably any country that has anything more than an equatorial climate is probably bad news for my lungs, because the colder the weather, the faster I get lung issues, which results in like this smoker's cough, which prevents me from doing all of the rapping and music that I really want to. Because I'm just not used to dry weather. That's the only problem. But yes, Brian, I'm on when you're at work because this is my work. So, same job. Doing this as a job, yeah? Alright. Now, let me go smack some more dungeons. Okay, let's go hit up some more dungeons. Yeah, I will die there, so I think I will prefer not to go there. There we go. Let me just test and see how this lightning would feel. Oh, I already cleared the capstone at level 45. I'll probably go in about level 48. Because I don't want to waste any leveling efficiency. But yeah, I'll be in there soon enough. Oh yes, that cold weather will destroy my butt. So I will stay, but it is nice and warm. Speaking of warm though, now that my PC is on, it's starting to warm up. I can remove my hoodie. It'll get colder in a bit, but at the very least, the morning times, or the afternoon times, once it goes past high noon, it starts to warm up a bit, so I don't freeze my butt off. I can't even imagine temperatures that are too cold, so kudos on that. In summer, when the weather is like more than 30 degrees, then you'll get the macho man streaming shirtless. Until then, hell no. Excuse me. I'd really rather not, you know, die in my first year here. I still got one more year to go. I'm only going back to Singapore in 2025, so. Okay, sure. There I am, still waiting for one semi-decent ring to drop. Just one. And none have dropped. How lovely. At this rate, it might legitimately be better for me to move up to World Tier 3. I'll go back to town, toss on Edge Masters, and move up. Because I'm really not getting any value here. Oh, phew. At least enough spawn that I can massacre them all. That's nice. I have never tried a shred build, and my thoughts are I will never try a shred build because I want to stay away from anything that requires even a single unique. My goal this season is to basically bring you guys builds that require no uniques. I literally want to minimize the need for uniques in a build if I can, because I feel that that would be possibly the best choice for everybody. Yep, and again, I feel that a lot of these builds, now this might just be a personal bias, but I feel that a lot of these builds were constructed in the first place just to, mostly for the sake of content creator pride, and so that they can keep their audience playing longer, as the audience is literally forced to find all these uniques and stuff like that. It just basically extends their shelf life as creators. But I don't view things from that angle. Like, rather for me, what's more important is making sure my audience has the easiest and best time possible playing the actual game. So for that reason, I guess I've chosen a different way of doing things. That's why this time I'm testing out a Druid build that will require 0 uniques, and will theoretically still allow me to dish out as much damage as possible. I don't know if it will work or keep working, but it has worked during the early and mid game leveling, and I will push into World Tier 3 and see how it goes from there. See you later, Cheshire. But yeah, for the most part, that's why I do not want to use anything that is based on uniques or requiring uniques or things like that. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan. I think I like, definitely these builds are enjoyable. I myself enjoyed a unique dependent build in the preseason, but that was the whole problem. It was unique dependent, and I felt that having done it in the preseason, now granted the unique grind is a little bit better now than it was before, but I still don't want my build reliant on it. Like, if I get a unique, that's a happy thing, and you know, maybe I can switch my build around to suit one, but for the most part, my build should not, in my opinion, be dependent at all on the uniques. It should just be like, can it just function straight up on its own, you know? Ultimately, I think that is my goal with all this, and I just want to make sure that, you know, I can reach that goal. So we shall see how it goes. So far though, things I think are doing alright. But I am definitely going into World Tier 3 after this, even if it might be a bit slower. Yeah, that is what I would like to try and do. As I said, I will thoroughly test it and just make sure that it works well, because right now the damage is not encouraging, which annoys me a bit, but at the same time I'm also aware that, look, this is how it is. I don't have my gear even upgraded yet, for obvious reasons, because I haven't found anything worth upgrading. I don't like to, I like to test things from the perspective of somebody who is just coming into the game. So even if they didn't upgrade any of their gear, would it still function, and would it still do decently well enough to get me through the content? I think that is basically what I'm doing right now, and it's why I am trying things out in this way. And honestly, I've got a good feeling that this build will work as well as advertised. After level 50, yeah. Early and mid game are always covered together. I no longer make just early stuff, because there's no point in making a video for the first 20 levels when the first 20 levels is literally under an hour. Okay, well, that's exaggerating. To be fair, it's about an hour and a half, but yeah, I realized in the preseason I did, but then I realized there's no point shooting a video just for that short session. So I decided to go the logical pathway and just be like, okay. All right, now back to town. It will probably be tomorrow. It'll either be tomorrow or the day after, but the only reason it might be delayed to the day after is depending on, what I feel like filming. Because even if I reach there, I may not film the video straight away. I usually do, but I may not film, straight away, so... I can heal myself with shapeshifting? Take that. I'll just temporarily put it into my stuff. Okay, let's see. Now, let me go to the World Tier statue. Let's go up to 3. Now, if I'm gonna do this right, I could hit up some dungeons.
All right, traveler.
But I could also hit up some malignant tunnels. That's also a very good possibility. First things first, survival. Let's just slap this aspect on for shits and giggles. Then take a potion. Let's go hit up a dungeon first. If I can. Crumbling Heckma will do. Let's go do a taste test for the dungeon, because I've already got 2 hearts ready to go. I'm just gonna need 1 blue slot with cooldown reduction and spirit cost reduction. Which honestly will not be a problem. I can just slap that into my... amulet. Or a ring with a blue slot. Then the other 2 can just be anything, because I can just use, like, the Malignant Pacts. Malignant Pact and Barber, which I already have prepared for my Druid. Okay, World Tier 3 dungeon. Enemies are currently 8 levels above me. I'm gonna have to tough it out in the short term. Because... well, because I need the XP, but more importantly as well, because I need the gear. I need something. Just need like 1 sacred mace or staff or something that would just give me a little bit of a damage boost while maintaining my cooldowns, and I'll be happy. I won't even search for like the ideal stats just yet. Ooh, sacred chest armor. Oh. And it came with a really good right, now I can just gain armor. Wow, this one enemy is taking like forever. Nothing there. Okay. Now, just for the sake of testing, alright, I'm gonna swap back to lightning. Just because I want to see what it'll do. If I can even get close to the damage that I'm dealing with tornado, lightning might be a better choice. I just want to be sure. 110% sure, because it'll affect whether or not I choose one pathway or the other. Okay, it is not as good as I would like it to be. That is for certain. I can, to an extent, spam it more, but yeah, the tornado is far better single target damage. So once we get Barber Heart, that should be all we need, which is acceptable to me. Okay, now that I've retested it. The cost of tornado is higher though, so. Whoops. Almost forgot to put it back in there. Okay, clear. Okay, goody goody good. Okay, this totem is awesome, and I will roll it in a while. Trample being an earth skill, I don't want to lose it just yet, so I'll just put on a normal totem and upgrade that. I gotta admit, this is doing way better than I thought it would, so pretty happy with that. What happens if I just put this on? Because it's like 500 more DPS. What's the feeling like? Oh my god, yeah, okay. I might have to give up the trample landslide, but I tell you, that's pretty wild. 500 more DPS? I'll take that.
My lord.
Okay.
This evil, but now I can't leave my friends here. Not like this. We can't do it alone. The only way out of this is tough.
Hey, Andre. I forgot about the excessively slow speed on this. So, just now I had the artillery shrine backing me up. So now that I'm just running it like... Now that I'm just running it normally, oh my god, the slowness... Yeah, okay, I'm putting on a more normal selection of stuff. I'll still lose that a bit of DPS, but with a much faster attack speed, this should be alright. I mean, sucks to lose my extra landslide tramples for now, but I'll put the aspect in a better place where it belongs. Yeah, I made my own unique build. This one doesn't require any uniques, nothing like that. It's just pure power, which is really nice. Because at least you don't spend, you know, years and years hunting uniques. Okay, is this amulet decent? Damn, no it's not. It does have good CDR though. I will try and you know what? I'm just gonna try and roll. I'm just gonna try and roll it with. Actually, do I even need to increase that? I think not. I didn't see a Terra mode buff. Is it because landslide was not on my bar? That's the only explanation I can think of. If that's the case, then that's not going to be helpful to me. So what I should do is I wouldn't get any extra CDR that way either. What is the best possible outcome for me? Meh. I use trample a lot, so I'll just chuck it in there. I'll take off the fortified and see if I can get spirit cost reduction. If I can, then this will be perfect. I can just chuck it in there and just throw a barber heart on it. Okay.
A fine addition to my
First and foremost, sell all this crap.
find shade on your travels.
Except that. Then for these two,
You can still use these.
quickly open them up. Now, let's go and spend a little extra gold.
Don't dally. Hand it over.
Spirit cost reduction. One more time. Oh. Guess I'll wait. I'll go extract the rest first.
If you want work done, let's get started. Very good. Still in time.
I'll save the trample element though. This one. Where's my edge masters? This will do. And as for this one, where's the hurricane damage? I have one of those as well. Let me go upgrade both of these so I can level faster.
That looks worn. I can fix it. I can break that down.
Okay. Now, where's my nearest dungeon? With Grim Favors included. That expires in 8 minutes, so... Okay. Let's go to the one in Skosklin. And we'll try and gear up faster. Is it hard to make a build without uniques? No. My build uses no uniques. But of course, if you know your stuff, everything is easy. The only thing that you will probably need is just finding certain aspects, that's all. Some aspects are a bit more difficult to find than others. And that's the only reason I haven't maximized this build yet, because I need to gather all the potential aspects.
Is someone there?
Do you need help?
Please, I need your help. I can't see. My dearest wanders these woods alone.
If some base aspects could be easily obtained, I would probably be okay. But because some of them are quite difficult to get, I have to wait until I have something that's actually like really good. Then only will I put the aspect on it. So although it's not difficult to make it without uniques, it takes a bit of time. Because, well, I mean, even with uniques, it'll take time because you won't have those uniques at the start. But yeah, although most builds would choose like some easy aspects that you can just get from the Codex of Power, the Druid's best aspects do not come from the Codex of Power. So, if you want to do anything even semi-decent, you're still gonna have to at least have some patience, you know? That's what I've found. So, no matter what, it'll take you some time. just to get it perfect. And I can only do Hell Tides once I'm about level 50. So, probably not the wisest situation. Okay. What I will do is that for now, I'm just going to take what I can, get what I can. Speaking of getting what I can, though, time for me to gamble on rings, I believe. Okay, Druid. I need my... Trampled Earth. Okay, I've got no choice. I'll just buy up rings. Although technically it would be better if I bought up off hands. I'll gamble on rings instead. Anything good. Okay. All the blues are gone. This one's no good. No good. This Grizzly Rage one is not very good. Gain 1 additional companion. Might take that for giggles. This ring is okay. I would lose vulnerable damage, but... would be kind of helpful. But then again, I don't want to lose vulnerable damage because it's the most important kind of damage. I guess I'll just wait until a good ring drops. This is not good enough for me. It's an okay, like... It's an okay aspect. I wouldn't say it's good, I wouldn't say it's bad.
Keep them sharp, keep them ready.
Because I've got plenty of other aspects that I actually plan on using, so this one is just like an extra to me.
Good nor evil. How may I help you?
I'll keep it though, just in case. Alright, I've spent my obols. Now to go to that dungeon. You're overthinking it. You're talking about the attack power stat here, right? This is just an evaluation of the damage you deal, that's all. If you actually hover over it, it tells you exactly what it is. It's nothing. It's just a dummy figure that like basically higher attack power is better, but at like to determine the actual damage you deal, it's based on the affixes in your gear. Never look at attack power. That's why you never see me check my stats like this. I never do that. If you watch and pay attention to what I'm checking, Brian, I only ever check the actual like affixes on gear. That's all that should matter to you. Never ever check anything else. If you waste your time checking anything else or focusing on anything else, your character will forever be weak. Never look at attack power. Attack power doesn't matter. It does nothing for you. The only thing you need to care about is the actual stats on the gear. That's it. Yeah. No problem double checking. And it's probably a good idea that you did. I have a much more rude name for attack power. I call it the moron stat. Because the only people that worry about attack power are morons who don't understand that it's just a dummy variable. I'm pretty sure Blizzard literally put it in, right? And also, a lot of people, they never bother to actually just hover over. If you hover over, it tells you what everything says. So, you should literally never need, like, to be concerned about things, because a quick hover will tell most people what each of these stats do. I just don't know why people don't do that or check the stats. But yeah, I basically call attack power the moron stat, since only morons worry about it. Especially, I've seen a lot of people who focused on it and were like, why is my character so much weaker than yours? And I'm like, because you didn't check anything, you didn't read anything, you literally chose to go through the game practically blind, and then you're asking me why your character's weaker. Like, homie, you're a moron, you know? Oh, fair enough. So you cannot hover over anything in console? That sucks, bro. How the hell do they make this? You know what? That's very stupid. That is very, very stupid. Because 95% of the information is all in the hover over. So if you cannot hover over stuff in console, what? For real? I think the award for shittiest console port has to go to Diablo 4. That is not right. Console needs a methodology, because Diablo, like, all the information is shown when you hover over. Like, that's like all the tooltips and stuff is all shown in that way. So if you cannot access the tooltips, then how the hell is anyone supposed to know how to do anything? That's not right. That is genuinely not right. That is a very, very shitty thing that Blizzard has done. Oh, these are buff icons. Like you can hover over them. Again, hover over. So, yeah. Then how do console people even check their buffs? That's so weird. Oh my god, that is so uncool. Man, Oh yeah, you finally, yeah, newbie finally managed to gift you one, which is pretty cool. I gotta admit. Ooh, sorry for the yawn. Yeah, but still, that is ridiculous though. Like, if you have to open this up, some of them disappear too fast to see that. So, I don't know. I still don't think that that's a good thing. Man, Blizzard just makes this game hard for console players. Like, I get that this was designed originally for, you know, I get that this was clearly designed for PC, but that's still not fair to anybody. I am very much against this. Excuse me. I am 3,000,000% against this. This is no good. No wonder console people have more trouble. Like, I mean, this game was originally designed for PC, but if they really want to sell well, you know, the console market is extremely important. And they need to, they've clearly designed this game, since the skill bar is like 6 skills in total. They've clearly designed it with a console port in mind, so hiding all of their stats in a tooltip where you need to hover over is so wrong to me. Like, this is not right. I want games like this to be more accessible, but it's kind of like wrong. Yeah, you can't see the buffs if they're not active. Hence the problem, I think. Well, WoW itself has a full skill bar and multiple skills that you need to chain in succession. So WoW will never be on console, obviously, because it was designed for PC. At that time, console gaming was a very different experience. So WoW was a game designed for so-called serious gamers at the time, as is still reflected today. But I think a lot of MMOs will also go into the crossplay route. And an MMO like Neverwinter, sadly it never got a graphics or engine upgrade or anything like that, because that was one of the best possible examples of something that it was a well-designed MMO that can be done on console as well. So I really liked Neverwinter as an MMO, but obviously their studios never focused on upgrading graphics and things like that. It's still stuck in 2010, you know? The graphics and everything is still 2010 stuck, and this is something that I feel is sad, because it was a great revolutionary MMO for its time, but it never got crossplay, never got a lot of things. You know, kind of like how Warframe was revolutionary for its time, never got crossplay until recently, and now there's so many competitors in the market, so it'll never blow up again. Although Digital Extremes at least pushes their graphics to new heights, but yeah, I just don't feel that a lot of these games ever reach their full potential, because they came out in a very different era, and what needs to be done these days for gaming is that there has to be crossplay, and it has to be perfectly viable on console as it is on PC, meaning there must be a way to check stats, there must be a way to check stuff. If there's a disconnect between PC and console, then that just creates frustration, and also most of the content creators are going to be on PC because it's just easier to create content from PC you're not going to be a content creator for Xbox or PC. Those type of creators are much rarer, and good ones are even more difficult to find. So yeah, that's not exactly a great thing. Because already considering the fact that a good PC creator is hard to find, a good console creator is probably not only rarer, but even harder to find. Because the popular ones would just own the market and probably be the biggest there, so they'd be hard to dethrone and hard to question as well. Of course, console players do get a couple of things which are better than us. That is to say, like some games that are made for console first, we get really shitty PC ports, and that has been a big gripe this year. Like Star Wars Jedi Survivor, all that. It ended up being like really, really bad because, you know, for us on PC, we had to wait months for fixes. And even now, I still haven't finished it because I got no time. I got no time to revisit. Oh yeah, no, I know my elixir's out, but I'm already getting bonus XP just by being in World Tier 3, so I'm okay. I usually start stacking the elixirs after I start doing Hell Tides, so I'm okay with the lesser XP. Doesn't bother me. What does bother me is how long it's taking me to find even a decent ring. Because the big problem for this character, the big problem for this particular style of druid that I'm playing is the literal need for is the literal need for particular aspects that are drop only, and like three of the aspects that you need are literally drop only. So until you find a damn good, you know, until you find a damn good drop to actually put your stuff on, it's not gonna go very well. Because not only do you have to match the stats. Oh, okay, this ring is actually decent. It beats this ring for sure. Because not only do you have to match the stats, you actually have to match the Malignant slot as well. Okay. Let's start by going back to town. Or
very good. Thank you.
oh, this one has damage reduction, spirit cost reduction. And it is better overall. I'll wait for at least a sacred amulet to have that.
Another time then.
Okay, back to town first. Let's try and reroll critical strike chance on this. Good night, newbie. Thank you for hanging out. Let me start by trying to roll some critical strike chance on this if I can. And then from there, what we'll do is after we roll the critical strike chance on this, we will try and chuck in something decent.
First Carlo, now Leah. There's something out there killing us and no.
Don't dally. Hand it over.
Because I want a higher crit rate. I hate that they changed the priority enchanting. It's very annoying. Like, a lot of people are like, yay, we can now roll anything. Yeah, you're gonna realize that you're dipping into a huge ass pool that is really not gonna help you in the long term. But sure, you know, go ahead and believe that things will be better.
I am the only merchant with jewels like these.
Tell you, some people rub me the wrong way when they don't thoroughly understand what they're getting themselves into. There we go. Poison creeper.
A superior product.
Fair travels.
Very good. At least vulnerable and crit damage have gone up. I do lose the physical damage, but it's not a big deal.
Morgan's body is lost in ruins.
I prepped these.
This isn't like before. This isn't for the
Oh, this is level 50 thing, isn't it?
Surely you understand that.
Okay, I'm going into a Malignant tunnel then. Because I'm gonna need to hunt down a lovely vicious heart temporarily. Salvage this.
There's that.
Okay, vicious. This will do. Let's go. Time to hunt down some hearts. And maybe get some good gear along the way. I find the gearing process to be the only thing that's super annoying for the Druid. Once you get the gearing process out of the way, everything is good. And jewelry is the biggest gearing problem right now. Hey. Ah, there we go. Nice vicious heart. I hate how they made the focus like specific skills. That is so uncool. Alright, anyway. Let's try this Dark Dance now. See if it improves my damage a little bit. It might. I've actually been eager to try it out. Okay. Okay, where's the oh, it's the other side. I just wanted to open up the outgrowth. Just to see if there's anything good for me in there. Ah. This thing is the level 50 version. Fair enough. Okay, back to town.
Yeah, give it over.
Not as quick as I would like, but decent for now. What I need to focus on is just hitting as many dungeons as I can. Because even if I'm in World Tier 3, right, I'm not I'm not ideally geared. So of course things will get much better once I'm able to like do nightmares and all that kind of stuff, but for the time being, the biggest issue that I'm gonna face is just gearing for the rings and amulet. Once that is sorted, this build will be like in cruise control mode. But until that is sorted, I literally cannot do anything, which is so annoying. Because I can, like, I've got the aspects ready to go to put this on max potential, but I just literally cannot bust that out. Oh crap. And of course, certain ranged creatures will still murk me. The early gearing struggle is a pain.
Wouldn't have made it without me. Bless you.
Hey, Juan.
My savior.
Excuse me. This would be a lower cost, better armor, and more damage. Okay.
Dearest,
Just a bit longer. I just have to endure it until I can at least get a good pair of pants with some good DR and a good chest piece with good DR. Or if no good DR, then at least total armor would be very nice.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
I hate how I sometimes press the wrong button for no reason. Okay, clear, clear, clear. Every game falls off on everybody, dude. That's why I tell people, don't fucking burn out. You should only play a game when you want to play it. When you start to feel burnout, just take time off and play something else. The only one thing that I hate the most, right? And I mean no offense when I say this, but the number one thing that I hate is when people come and tell me, oh, this game is starting to fall off on me. Oh, I'm starting to get bored. I'm like, why the hell are you telling me? Like, bro, everybody can solve this very simply. Put the game down, go play something else. Is somebody holding a gun to your head telling you to play the game? No, right? So I always tell people, like, I do this because I'm a content creator. It's how I make a living. But for the average person, once you're like starting to find that something is no fun or you're bored, switch games. There are tons in the market that you can play. Play something else for 4 or 5 days. Then if you feel like it, hop back onto Diablo. If you don't feel like it yet, it's okay. You know? Sometimes people feel over compelled to keep playing a game even though they don't have to. The fact of the matter is that you're not going to miss out on anything. And the only thing that you're doing is hurting your own fun in the long term. Oh my god. How the heck is this clone able to stun me? I know they fixed that the clones have suppression, but Jesus Christ, their clones should not be able to stun. But yeah, basically, never do something that is no longer fun for you. Like, if you don't find it absolutely like a blast to play, put it down, play something else. You will thank yourself, and also you will last longer. Because sometimes people play something so much, right, that they don't even want to pick it up back again. And that, I think, annoys me the most about gamers. When they play something every day and they just can't stand playing it again. And it's like, okay, I think you gotta, you know, like take a breather and actually do something else with your time. Because too many people, especially on ARPGs, right? Because I get it, ARPGs have a grind-based system. Like, they grind so hard that they just give up and then they never come back. And it's like, you're literally wasting your own time and money because you've already paid for the game. So, never burn yourself out so badly that you don't want to come back. Just put it down, take a break for a couple of weeks, then come back when you feel like it. Yeah, I'm alright. I personally can't complain about anything. I'm okay. Just trying to speed gear my druid. Excuse me. I'm gonna try and re-roll the ravens to crowd control if I can. Oh hey, a better sacred totem. Nice. Okay, let's put it on. Okay. Like right now my kill time, even without all the aspects that I need, is no problem. Conduit aspect. Where is it? Rune workers. Rune workers. This is quite an interesting aspect. Oh, it's drop only once again. Yeah, 100% pen. Like I myself, you know, I make decent money from it, so there's no way I would give it up in the short term. Oh, hey. I've been waiting for this actually. That's a really good aspect that I need. So, in the short term, like, I'll just keep going with it no matter what, but even I will have an off season. Once all my characters are done for this season, I will probably play other games myself and come back next season.
Good price.
Okay, wait. Let me first fully upgrade this, because
Fight hard, eh? Make the devils pay.
my damage is already very good. This cooldowns of the opposite type are reduced. I think this would be a really helpful aspect. And because it's a utility aspect, I can put it on my boots when I get a good pair.
The stars do not lie.
Now let me just check. I'm pretty sure that this is also a drop only, but... Hey Mo. I would recommend Necromancer, dude. Like, okay, look, nothing against rogues, but I find them, if you want the easy pathway, if you want like to actually play the game and like you want to be challenged constantly, then fine, play rogue. But if you want the game on easy mode, play my Bone Spear Necro, and basically it's like pressing an I win button every single time. So that is my recommendation. Because the game is already quite a chore. You want to make chores as easy on yourself as possible. So this is why I'm gonna tell you straight up, okay? Between the rogue and the necro, I enjoy the necro a lot more. The rogue is challenging and, you know, stimulates the brain and stuff like that, but I find that the more that I play this, the less I want to stimulate my brain. I just want to press an I win button. So I like the Necro and Sorcerer the most this season because literally all I do is I just sit back, press the I win button, and I win. Yep, Necro and Sorcerer will be the first two that I get to level 100. I've got to dedicate some time to do that, which will probably be like a dedicated week next week. But yeah. That's what I tell everybody, don't stress yourself. Just press the I win button. I don't know why everyone's asking about next season, guys. Please take note that the next season starts in October, okay? Next person who asks me a next season question now in August, when August isn't even halfway over, I will literally just straight up ban you from my chat, okay? Please be a reasonable human being. If you want to talk about next season, okay, please wait till mid-September, because the next season will start on like the 20th of October, if I'm not wrong. That is a long way away, okay? It's August now. Can we please calm down and not talk about next season when literally season 1 started? Unless you have 3 level 100 characters, you are not allowed to even talk about next season, yeah? Because it's ridiculous, Renzo. It is a serious issue. Like, I hate the fact that people are asking about next season when they haven't even accomplished anything this season. Like, unless you've got 3 level 100 characters maxed out, you played everything there is possible to play this season, then I don't think it's fair, even to the devs or creators, to talk about next season. Like, what the hell? The season just started, like, you know? Even content creators haven't finished everything this season. It's a bit ridiculous to think about next season. And I don't know why so many people do it. Maybe you can help me answer that question, Renzo, because it's really ridiculous. Why do people think about the next season when they haven't even finished this season? This season just started. Like, and you can literally see that the season lasts till October. Seasons for ARPG games are about 3 months, standard across the board, because obviously ARPG games are longer than, like, say, shooters like Overwatch, things like that. So the seasons are longer. But I don't know why people are asking about the next season yet. So I'm just very curious, what is the mentality behind this? Like, why would people even think about next season when they haven't finished this season? I see. Okay. Seasons will always be 3 months, so there will be nothing about the new season until about 1 month to go. So the earliest that you'll get news is around September. Mostly because if they tease things too early, stuff is not going to be ready. Most good games will always have a development time, and especially with this kind of game, you're gonna have to actually give the devs time, because otherwise the seasonal mechanic's gonna be bad, then everyone's gonna complain. So there are never teasers for the next season, there are never stuff like that until about 1 month to go, usually. The only reason the last time was faster was because the preseason only lasted 1 month, which was very different from a normal season. Normal seasons are 3 months. In fact, what Blizzard and the devs want people to do is to literally have an off season So usually the first, and I'm just saying this as general knowledge so that you guys know for future. Usually what any creator does is that in the first month and a half after the season starts, that is their seasonal play. Usually they'll try and finish everything out during the first month and a half. Depending on, now, leveling speed is a bit of a problem this time. I hope that changes for future seasons, because ideally every good creator should be able to finish 5 character classes playing at a reasonable pace for each season within a month and a half, because that way all the content is created and done for the season. Then their viewers can enjoy it and then play whenever the viewers want. Then it's the creator's off season for about a month and a half. And during that off season, like most of us, we'll have like other partnerships, other things on our plate. We usually will not play. We would usually not play Diablo so as to not burn ourselves out. Like some creators, of course, they'll play Diablo all the way throughout until the end of the season, which won't really be a good idea for, I'd say, the average person. So yeah, that is what most creators would do. And I still follow that same methodology, I guess. I have my on season, then I have my off season, and then I stop there. I stop and then just chill out, you know, take my time during the off season to do whatever, you know. And then when I'm good and ready, that's when I will play the next set of stuff. Yeah, okay, let's go down this way, because I already have this bonus. It's gonna cost me a little extra, but I'll take that. Okay, which board do I want? Thunderstruck is good. Survival instincts. This is for Werebear. Lust for Carnage. This is for Werewolf. Heightened Malice. Inner Beast. No. Constricting Tendrils. Yes. Yes. This would be really, really good to have. Ancestral Guidance would also be really good, but I think we'll start with Thunderstruck, since storm skills are the main. We can probably deal a lot of damage here. Okay, Thunderstruck is probably the best board to take. Let me see. Damage reduction from vulnerable, storm skill damage. This would probably be great for the exploit glyph, I think. But I would prefer it if I had something else. Critical strike and vulnerable damage all the way there. So I would probably go up here, grab all this. Then here, grab this. This would be an interesting board choice. And damage reduction from vulnerable enemies would be a very good choice as well here. Okay. That I can respect. Alright. It'll take a bit of effort, but we can do that. I gotta admit, even without Barber, the damage on this is pretty damn high. Okay. This has way better armor, but my movement speed would suffer, and I don't feel like suffering. Do I have a extra point in there? No, I don't. Or is it the random lightning bolt from this? I should check in that. I do. I hope that they fix a lot of things for next season. I don't know what next season's gonna be, but I do hope they fix a lot of things. Number one, XP. They really need to fix XP. If they do fix the XP, I think that a lot less players will burn out. and also things will be better overall, because right now, unless you play this as a full-time job, which it shouldn't be, because there are big competitors coming out. I believe there's an MMO called Blue Protocol. That one is receiving rave reviews, so that'll be a major competitor for Diablo. Wayfinder will be free to play when it finally does like fully come out. I think it's going into early access soon. All of these are going to be competitors, and if they just leave things the way they are right now, I think that that's going to be no good, because Diablo has to respect the player's time, especially if a person is a casual player and they're, you know, giving up time to play something like Diablo. Yeah. It's really going to be quite bad. I'm probably going to play it myself as well. I never let somebody else judge for me. Like, I will usually play something and then publish the review myself, so that I can give a fair and accurate opinion after actually thoroughly testing it out. I myself also have other game partnerships coming up, so I won't be able to like just do nothing but play Diablo all day every day. Which, I mean, if some creators want to do that, that's totally cool with me, you know. That's their prerogative or whatever, you know. I respect that, and I hope they enjoy themselves, but I know for a fact that it's probably not the wisest thing. Wait, what? Human form. I forgot that this was a glyph. I'm putting it in. Lol, I deal more damage while I'm a human. Yep, I've got First Descendant, which I'm already confirmed for. There's another game which I'm not confirmed for yet. It's unofficial, but once it is confirmed, I will be publishing about that one as well. Just know that it's a AAA title that I'm a partner for, so that one's also coming up. And like I said, a lot of these people, they come to the robot because they know that, number one, I'm going to be pretty fair in my reviews. Number two, I am pretty trustworthy with my reviews. Excuse me. So yeah, I think that that's going to be one of the major things that is, you know, thank you for subscribing, Ivelo Crave. I think that it's one of the major things that Diablo has to work on. And while it still irritates me that people are already like trying to get info on the next season when, you know, this season has started, because obviously, like I said, it's not fair to the devs yet if you push them to create something or to show things too early, because all you're gonna get is subpar quality stuff. I've seen this in a lot of other games. So although that is the case, there are glaring problems that I do believe need to be fixed next season. Now that I can confirm to y'all need to be fixed, because if they don't do that, they have a lot of competitors and it's not going to be good for Diablo. When this season first came out, in fact, a lot of people already quit, which was not a good sign, because number one, they made everybody do renown again, which was already a major problem for people, and they slowed down XP gains despite the best efforts of some partners to deny the situation. And again, I feel that they really shouldn't have done that. They should have just been honest with the people at the start. Requiring quite a number of hours of investment in order for a person to reach max level was just a bad decision overall, in my opinion. That one really screwed the pooch. So I hope that they walk back some of those decisions, because I think that in the like, if we want Diablo to do well long term, that is one of the big things that must change. It must change. And I say that with emphasis, must. Because if it doesn't change, it's gonna be overall pretty bad. Like, because I love this game and I love all the concepts behind it, but I know that it's not gonna go well. Because as it is, Path of Exile 2 is gonna make a lot of people play it when it first comes out. It may not win. It may not win in the long term, okay? But I know for a fact that everybody's going to be checking out Path of Exile 2. And certainly Path of Exile 2, because it's only going into closed beta next year. You know, they've got a long lead time to learn from all of Diablo 4's mistakes. Because although Path of Exile will stay for the hardcore people who like that kind of complexity, I feel that Path of Exile 2 is going to go down the Diablo 4 route, and they're going to make it much simpler to get into and much easier to play and enjoy. And I feel that that is exactly what they would do if they're smart businessmen. Because there's no sense in making it as complex as Path of Exile was, because that's what a lot of people have already said. They're not going to switch if the game is complex, and it's not going to attract people if the game is complex. They definitely want the Diablo 4 pie, and it would be a very smart decision for them to make the game unique, but also similar in terms of, like, I'm not talking similar in terms of itemization or things like that, but if they make it, if they fix all the problems with Diablo, for example, it's so difficult to gear properly in Diablo 4. And yes, builds can solve it. As you can see, I'm killing right now. I shouldn't be doing this in World Tier 3, but I'm killing 8 levels higher with no true legendary aspects in my gear. This Storm build is absolutely stunning, and it's working so well. And yes, this is something that's possible, but it shouldn't need to feel this way, you know? Gearing should be easy. To an extent. Of course, I understand chasing god rolls is something that all games will have, but I feel that gearing should be a lot easier than it is right now. And that they should limit the number of stat affixes on gear so that it's not a overly complex endeavor to even find good gear, you know? I feel that this is something that Diablo 4 needs to learn fast, because most of the gearing is in World Tier 4, and I get it, but the gearing journey should not be this difficult, in my opinion, and I think that that is something that Path of Exile can capitalize on, absolutely. If they learn from all the mistakes in terms of, like, how long it takes to level up and stuff, I would say it would be so easy for them to do well. Catharistic, my biggest tip is, are you following my build? Because if you follow my builds and watch my sorcerer streams, that's literally all you need. The only tip I can give you is that you must follow a good build, and if you're not following, like, my build, you're gonna suffer a lot. Oh, damn it. That's what I get for not paying attention. But anyway, yeah, do follow my build, because for the sorcerer, as long as you have a good build like the one that I've got on my channel, you will have no troubles. And of course, as long as you don't do silly things like I do, like going into Helltides way too early, but of course I really want the gear and aspects. But yeah, as long as you generally have an idea of what you're doing, you'll be alright. Of course, I have all the videos on my channel, dude. Everything that you need is on my channel. I always have videos on my channel, so the first thing that you should do, and this is a recommendation, right? Before you even watch a stream, I always recommend watching the videos first. So go check out my easy and mid-game sorcerer build for this particular season, Season 1. And also check out the late-game build that I've posted up, and you'll learn a lot. Then you can check out the older streams where I level up the sorcerer live on stream. Because before I even publish a video, I will do my leveling live. Same with this Druid. Like, this Druid build will be released to the public probably by tomorrow. But before I even release this to the public, I do my leveling and testing all live. I do everything that I need to live. Because for me, this is one of the most crucial aspects. I want you guys to have the good stuff and the good builds, but I must show you that it works first. You know? So yeah, if you want to really learn, that is what you can do. You can check out the older streams where I play sorcerer. Usually whatever I'm playing is clearly stated in the stream title. So you can definitely check out the older streams where I level sorcerer if you're interested in knowing more about it. And you should definitely follow the build that I have for the sorcerer. Well, yeah, you will not be able to get through anything if you don't have a good build, so... This is why builds are so crucial and so important. If you choose not to, if you follow bad creators, or if you follow creators that don't actually understand that people have an early game, mid game, and all that kind of stuff, quite frankly, you will always have a tough time, especially in a game like Diablo. That's why I structure my videos to go through each stage, and I play each stage of the game live. I don't twink my gear. I don't get people to drop me good gear. No, I don't do that. Everything that I do it properly, as if I am myself playing the game for the first time. So that makes it a lot easier for people to connect and understand what I'm doing. Damn it, treasure goblin. How dare he always be unstoppable. There, finally beat the fella. Yep. Sork is the strongest class in the game, but you have to know how to play it, and that's why following a proper build is important. If you choose to deviate from a proper build, then, well, unfortunately there is nobody on the planet that can help you. A lot of people, especially those who are new to this type of game, they really underestimate like how important builds are and why, you know, they're so crucial for people to play, for people to understand. If you don't have the good stuff, life is sin and misery. And Path of Exile's biggest issue, sorry Pen, I'm just going back in chat, is that the attack animations feel laggy. Path of Exile was designed in a very different time. That's why I myself don't play it right now, because it would be pointless for me to play it at all. It's just from a different era. A very different era where, you know, games were different, everything was different. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that per se. Like, there's nothing wrong with games coming from said different era and having, you know, a different style. But where I think the problems comes from is just that players these days have very different game expectations, and that's why, except for a smaller crowd who are into the hardcore games like Diablo 2 Resurrected, Path of Exile, the original version, all this is not going to like hold very well. And that is why they have to make like Path of Exile 2, Diablo 4. You know, eventually after like 10, 12 seasons, they might make Diablo 5, which I think would be a logical decision. All of this is just too important because without constantly upgrading, you cannot cater to the taste of gamers, which evolves as new games come out and as games like become cultural phenomenons. You see, Elden Ring has influenced Path of Exile 2 so much so that they want to go in an Elden Ring type direction, which they've even stated in their videos and trailers talking about the game. All of this shows me that, you know, certain games will influence gaming culture heavily, Elden Ring being one of them, you know? And in the long term, if players keep, if game companies think that, you know, their games are going to be like WoW and last 10, 12, 20 years, yes and no, because the older player bases that used to play games forever no longer exist. Nowadays, gamers have constantly evolving tastes and you need to keep up with the times. So what might be a good decision in a particular year might end up being a poor decision like 2-3 years down the line. That's just how fast tastes evolve, and that's just how fast tastes change. So I hope to see Diablo 4 as well be an evolving game, you know? As long as they understand how much people's tastes change, how much people demand that change from the companies that they support, they'll be fine. But if they turn a blind eye to it all and they choose not to focus on that, or they, you know, they pretend like that's not a major part of the gaming industry at the moment, you know, I think they'll end up in a pretty bad situation. Which I would not like to see, obviously. I would like them to stay good forever, because, you know. You talk about Diablo 4, Dayon, because it shouldn't be. I can tell you right now that there's no lag whatsoever. In fact, the server is now more stable than it was in the past few days because the Overwatch season has finally dropped, so the servers are sort of normalizing. Usually before a season actually drops, there will be problems, lag issues, because Blizzard shares all their servers across the board for all their games, and this is what creates issues. Ooh, did it. That boss died in seconds, what the heck? His minions were tougher than he was. Well, that solves a lot of my problems. I wonder if Dayon, because Dayon's problem sounded more like an internet issue on his end. Did you manage to solve it, or? Because if you really can't solve it, you might want to check with your ISP. Your internet service provider might be the one having issues. Of course, this could also vary for regions. Like, if you're in a completely different region to me, you might have very different results. But I can confirm for Australia region that there are no problems. Okay, now. Think I will because all of the boards are equidistant no matter where I start up and out. Even if I rotate it, Still end up having to like grab this and it would just take me longer there. Okay, you know what? Yeah, it's a logical decision to attach the board this way. Because this will cost me the minimum number of points, and I don't have to spend excessively on the sides. So as much as it sucks, this is it. That way I can spend the minimum on getting Tempest, which will be my first priority. I'm just going to go here, grab this glyph socket, and then go down there. Okay. The path is set. Oh, that's right. I have a skill point I can put in. That'll do. Okay, first mystery chest on the Druid. Hmm. This other thing would need dex, which I'll have later on. That's completely fine. All of these damage bonuses are stacked already because of int. Much higher willpower if needed. With some dex, should be alright. The other chest is down here somewhere. Probably around there. Let's go this way. Grr. I hate it when it does that. Like, I was already moving in a different direction. I just wanted to use a jump evade to get to the second climb area faster.
What is this?
Oh god, 2 barbarians interfering, no wonder. Well, enemy hit points just scaled up. Okay. Almost done. I think I should be able to get the second chest before this is over. Actually, this is better, isn't it? Because it's got good cooldown reduction. The rest is fine to dump. This has high critical strike chance, which I'm okay with. I would lose ranks of tornado. This natural balance one is really good. I might save it for later. This helmet, no, do not need. This other helmet is technically better. wait for better gloves. Well, that person's advice is inaccurate because no matter what build you have, Tempest Roar can drop. It's just RNG, dude. Tempest Roar also only drops in World Tier 4 and above. So you have to be, if I'm not wrong, I think it only drops after level 70 plus. Should be. I could be wrong on that, but you don't need a wolf build to make it drop, dude. I can guarantee that because basically you can drop it with anything. Well, did he offer proof? Did he do it live on stream? Because anybody can say anything that they want on the internet, dude. I don't believe that RNG is based on build. There is no such precedent. I can guarantee you if you go out and ask anybody out there, they're gonna tell you that there's no such precedent. You can ask any Blizzard dev. If a dev made the game such that, oh, if you're using this build, you're gonna have a higher chance of dropping something, then that would tell me that their game is really, really bad, dude. Because there should be no such, there should be no reason to make the game such that, oh, if I have this particular build, then I will drop something, you know, of, like, I would drop a unique of that kind. Like, that's not how the build is supposed to work. So that is my honest advice. I mean, you can take it or leave it if you want, but I'm gonna tell you straight away that there is no way that that is a logical thing. From my perspective, I think that that is completely illogical. Okay. It's one max evade charge. Yep, we should be good to go. Fresh new boots. Hello, dude whose name I cannot pronounce. Sorry, I can't read your name, so I can at most say hi to you. Tell you what, when I play this Druid, I'm obviously not using a wolf build. If I drop Tempest Roar before you, I'll let you know. Well, I mean, believe him if you want. I do not believe anything like that. All right, because I have, like, I play a Bone Spear Necro. I have never gotten Deathless Visage. Everybody else has literally gotten like 2-3 Deathless Visages. It's just RNG. Some people just don't have the luck with the drops. I've gotten tons of other drops that my Bone Spear Necro doesn't use, and logically speaking, if I were to play a Bone Spear Necro, then it should be dropping me, but like Deathless Visage, which is the only unique for a Bone Spear Necro, it should drop it more often, right? Instead, I get Scythes for the Shadow Necro. I've gotten Howl from below multiple times. So, you know, if something works logically, B7, it should work across the board. Okay, so a lot of these people, they post clickbait videos because the more that they lie to you, the easier it is for them to get views. And they know that desperate people will click on the video. You clicked on the video and you watched it after all, and you even believe it. So, all I'm saying is that, look, it's the internet. People can say a lot of shit. Unless they can provide actual mathematical data, or they can show you the code where it says that, oh, if you have a wolf build, you're gonna drop it more, then it's just literally RNG, because that's how drops work in games like this. It's RNG. Now, like I said, again, you don't have to take anything that I say as the truth, but think logically for a minute and then ask yourself who's more likely to be lying. If you genuinely want to believe stuff like that, then, you know, okay, I wish you well. But I'm just gonna tell you that stuff like that does not happen in this game. And unless they can prove it in the coding, like it was literally coded so that, oh, a person using this build or using only these skills is more likely to get this kind of drop, I don't think that that makes a lot of logical sense, bro. Yeah, exactly. It's tribal thinking. It's kind of like how the people all believed there was that fun little myth that if you follow the rats, you get better loot. Like, there's no empirical evidence to suggest that this is true. But a lot of people followed it because it was a fun thing. Like, honestly, it was just a very fun idea that, hey, if you were to follow rats, then you would logically get better loot or something like that, you know? It's just a fun idea. But I don't think that in practice, if you were to actually base anything that you do on this kind of thing, I think it would not work in terms of like actual logic. I didn't realize the chest moved. Damn. Excuse me. Okay. I was heading to the wrong area. Yeah, so, like I said, it's because you're desperate that you feel like it's a confirmation bias, you know? It's psychology. You will like, why do people follow religions and superstitions? When they're desperate, when they're clutching at straws trying to get something. But unfortunately, you know, some people will just be very unlucky. Some people have gotten uber unique, some people have not. This is just how luck and chance works, you know? But like I said, do whatever you want, but I've already given my opinion. I can tell you that this kind of thinking is stupid. You should play a build that is the most efficient at farming, not try to play some random ass build in the hopes of getting a Tempest Roar. Again, this is why I don't build builds that are reliant on uniques. You can already see that this Druid build of mine is outperforming. Of course, people say, oh, my build is better, but I'm gonna tell you right now that I have none of the aspects that I want, 0 uniques in this build, and I'm absolutely shattering things 7 levels higher in World Tier 3. Like, I've only just gotten the Paragons. I'm gonna tell you, if you follow, like, the more that I play this game, the more that I realize that just following fundamental principles is all you need to do in this game. You literally don't need to even think about, like, like, you know, this build with all these uniques, is it gonna be good? I've realized that just following the fundamentals will give you excessive damage, and it has pretty much been proven true constantly. I don't even have the, take note, I don't have the aspect that increases, like, that makes my tornado seek anything. I have one aspect that increases my skill damage based on the fact that I have 1 active companion, and I have my poison creeper landslide aspect. Of course, the active companion one will be removed at a later time, but I am just literally using whatever random aspects I've gotten, and this build is actually outperforming, which is why I'm, you know, I'm stunned, but it has taught me a lot about Diablo, and it has made me realize that 95% of people, they're literally just trying to sell you shit, and I'm not a fan of that. I think it makes a lot more sense to just play a good build. And instead of worrying about, like, what is this build going to be like the ideal best of the best and all that kind of crap, just play the build as long as it's fun and enjoy yourself. And once you do, you'll be all right. Some builds will be helpful to you, some builds may not be.
Don't ruin all that work.
Oh, let me sell off this as well. Anyway, we have come to the end of the stream for now. I will be playing more Druid later tonight. Actually, wait, should I? Yeah, I will. I will probably play some more Druid later tonight, so look forward to it. That said, okay, please don't fall for random stuff, okay? I hope that you guys will all be logical individuals, because, yeah, some rumors are just rumors. Remember that.
Use it well.
Glyph XP is decided by the tier of the Nightmare Dungeon. So the higher the tier of the Nightmare Dungeon, the better. That's all. Glyph XP is based on the Nightmare Dungeon tier that you complete. It has nothing to do. Only the leveling offset only applies to XP that you gain from the actual creatures that you fight, which is character XP here. It does not reflect anything to do with glyphs. Glyph XP is strictly via the Nightmare Dungeon tier. That's all. I'm so sorry, I missed the question by the dude with the name that I cannot read. I'm doing fine. Alright, I'll see you guys tonight. I'll be playing more Druid because it's fun. And I really want to push this build to the limits so I can see how it goes. But thank you all for joining me today. I hope you've had a good day. Alright, I will see you all tonight. Thank you very much. I'm going to go eat lunch now, and later I will shoot a video. Oh wait, did I finish my XP video? My XP video is done. I may not shoot a video today, but I'll probably have some shorts that I'm going to put up about bugs in the game. All right. Thank you all very much. Have a good one. And B7, please. You will get the Tempest Roar eventually. Okay? Don't fall for weird internet scams. Catch you later.